argues with Laura about her attitude, not listening to her when she explains she feels like a freak in front of others. Afterward, Virginie gets a call from a client that wants to buy a large amount of locusts, but he doesn't offer a very good price, so Virginie promises to think about it. Then she goes to check on Laura, and noticing the state she is in, she decides she has to do something. She tells her daughter that she'll sell everything to the client that just called so they can move out and start a new life, which makes Laura very happy. The next day at school, Virginie approaches the guy from the video to tell him soon she'll be gone and won't see his ugly face anymore. Moments later, the client comes to the farm to finish the deal, but he becomes extremely disappointed when he notices that Virginie's locusts are very thin and lowers the price to a really low number. This makes Virginie furious, and she immediately pushes the crates out of the guy's car, refusing to sell. Her mood gets worse when the man says he only came because Kareem asked him to, and Virginie realizes people have been buying from her out of pity. Not being able to handle the situation anymore, Virginie goes to the locust tent and begins destroying the whole place with unleashed fury. Suddenly she slips and falls, getting hurt and falling unconscious. When she finally wakes up, she is terrified to find the locusts feeding on the blood from her wound and quickly runs out. Moments later, the neighbor comes to pick up his dog, who likes to sneak around often. Meanwhile, Virginie meets with Kareem and tells him she doesn't want his pity. When he asks about the wound on her arm, she lies about it and leaves. When she returns to the farm, Virginie hears the locusts being unconventionally loud. She goes to check on them and discovers that the locusts have become more energetic, which leaves Virginie thinking about the cause. The next morning, the locusts continue to be extremely loud, and she can't help wondering if they are behaving like this because they've tasted blood. Virginie tests her theory by removing the bandage on her arm and inserting it into the cage, where the locusts immediately start swarming her wound to eat. Virginie withstands the pain for the sake of science, and afterward she hides in the bathroom to remove all the locust parts from her wound. That night, even Gaston can hear how loud the locusts are being from inside the house. The following morning, Virginie puts on special protective clothing before entering the cage, wanting to avoid another feeding session. She is surprised